definitely a thumbnail. 5 reasons why I think skateboarding fucking sucks in 2022. SkateWine. First reason, and without a doubt the one that's probably the pinnacle of why skateboarding sucks so much in 2022, is the cancel culture. I have to say, one reason I absolutely hate skateboarding at the moment is things like this are disappearing because someone's offended and upset. So we're not getting belts with this logo on anymore because it's linked to something that everyone doesn't like. But weirdly, this logo gets banned and cancel cultured while a very big skateboarding magazine has Satanism. I know that one of the bands also used the symbol. There's lots of symbolic Satanism going on in skateboarding right now, and it's a bit weird. It's a bit weird that like Satan isn't cancel cultured and it's allowed, but then things like, I mean, I see it as a Celtic cross, but like the Iron Cross, whatever, that gets cancel cultured. Cancel culture, logos disappearing from skateboarding because they're linked to things that people don't like and are getting upset with. Number 1. Reason number 2 why I hate skateboarding in 2022 is that certain companies in skateboarding think it's rad to not employ people based on their private medical information. So some companies, I'm not going to name any, but they think it's rad to stop people from working there based on their private medical information, not looking at anyone in particular. Oh, hang on. Reason number 3 I hate skateboarding in 2022. We've gone from open skateboarding competitions to then dividing the sexes into male and female categories, to then making sure, which I agree with, that female skateboarding competitions are paid the same as male competitions. And now, to step on top of that, we have now got biological men who define as women entering women's competitions. So you've got women who fought for women's competitions for equal prize purse, and now we've gone to allowing biological men who are taking drugs in women's competitions because they define as female. Why don't we just have open competitions? It's just getting ridiculous,
in my opinion.
So number 3, skateboarding competitions and competitions in general. I miss jam formats. I miss just everyone getting together and skating together and all just trying your best and competing with yourself and not other people. But now it's got really competitive. I don't know whether it's the Olympics' fault, and people are taking skateboarding really seriously. 4th is money. Money has absolutely decimated skateboarding. I remember when I first started skateboarding that a few big companies, shoe companies in particular, were trying to tiptoe into the skateboarding scene again, and skateboarders back in the early 2000s were not having it. Skater owned. Well, 2022, skater owned pretty much doesn't exist anymore. Whether it's good or bad, I am indifferent. However, money is talking, and now money is a huge impact in politics in skateboarding, and the mainstream ideals that were never a big part of skateboarding. Skateboarders were always anti the mainstream, and now skateboarding is completely mainstream, and money, brands, politics, opinions all seem to be following the money trail now, which is a shame to see. Skateboarding isn't so rad and forward thinking now. It's just going with whatever the mainstream thought concept is. And I think that's due to how much money is involved in skateboarding now and how little skate brands are actually owned by skateboarders and skateboarding. And finally, my 5th one, which kind of circles back to my first point, is how divisive skateboarding is now. I remember it was a lot smaller in the early 2000s, wasn't so many skateboarders, and generally speaking, if I went to a skate park anywhere, you'd generally be able to speak to someone and know that you were part of this community that was generally open-minded, freaks and geeks. I was always an outcast at school. I was always a weirdo. And now it's just so big that it's just got into being very divisive. There seems to be different groups of different people in skateboarding. And thankfully, we've still got that aura, that sense of you're a skateboarder, I'm a skateboarder, let's skate. But it's definitely got more divisive in 2022, which again, I think wraps it up with the cancel culture, bigger companies getting involved, money, and it's just a lot more divisive now. I think that skateboarding's been intercepted with this I'm right attitude and you're wrong attitude, and that is what is causing skateboarding to be so divided now compared to 20 years ago when I first started skating. It just seems that everyone has to have the right opinion or be correct, and that is part of the mainstream at the moment, is no one can have a difference of opinion and still get on and still just be skateboarders. It's now Your opinion isn't my opinion.
You're not a core skateboarder. You're not a core skateboarder if you haven't got the same opinion as me.
And that is huge at the moment. And it's just like, come on, we skate. That's your opinion. This is my opinion. Why are we becoming such a mainstream piece of crap community? It's sad to see, really. That's my 5 reasons of why skateboarding sucks in 2022 and why I want to quit. I hate skateboarding. Comment what you think. Tell me I'm a dead. What your experience of skateboarding's been. I have been skateboarding now for 20 years, so I'm interested to hear what you say, what you think in the comment section below. If you haven't, I hate to say it, like and subscribe. Helps me out massively. Ego fest, narcissistic piece of shit. Peace.